They say betrayal cuts deepest when it comes from family. I never thought I'd live long enough to see the day my own son stood silent as his wife erased me from their lives like an unwanted stain. But I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I simply stepped back and waited. Because sometimes silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. I had once been homeless. I know what it's like to sleep in the back of a broken-down car, to bathe in gas station sinks, to be invisible to people who once called you their own. It happened after my husband died. The inheritance we worked our whole lives for was tied up in court. Bills mounted. I fell hard. And no one, not my siblings, not my friends, not even my son, offered a hand. Until, years later, after rebuilding in secret, I showed up on my son's wedding day. Uninvited. I wore a plain black dress. I sat in the back pew. I smiled at him, and he didn't smile back. His new bride did, though. A tight-lipped smile laced with venom. She clutched her mother's hand like it was gold. That was the day I became a stranger. That was the day my daughter-in-law began calling someone else Mom. It was subtle at first. Invitations that never arrived. Photos posted online with captions like family brunch. Without me in them. I was fine. I had my memories, my journal, and my dog. What I didn't have in presence, I made up for in patience. Then the foreclosure notices started arriving. Only not for me. For them. But before we get there, let's rewind. What my daughter-in-law didn't know, and what my son never cared to ask, was how I'd gone from living on the street to owning multiple rental properties, an off-grid eco-farm, and a commercial building downtown. All under an LLC that bore no trace of my name. I had learned, the hard way, that power isn't loud. It whispers through contracts, credit lines, and silent acquisitions. The house they lived in? I bought it 5 years ago. Quietly. Through a distressed property auction, when the previous owners defaulted. I rented it out under one of my companies, let them move in through a third-party property manager. I didn't even need their names. Just a signature and a monthly deposit. I watched her post endless photos online. Her in designer aprons, sipping coffee in her kitchen, calling it her dream home. She built a whole brand around it, recipes, home decor tutorials, affiliate sponsorships. She even partnered with lifestyle influencers and cosmetic brands, flaunting an image of perfection. All of it rested on that one house. And one credit line. She had no idea who approved that personal guarantee, or who quietly co-signed the lease to qualify. Her digital empire sat on a card she didn't even own. A card I controlled. Then came the final insult. My birthday. I waited just in case. I checked my phone. Nothing. No call. No message. Not even a thought. That was when I made the call. First, I revoked the authorization on the corporate card. Then, I instructed the manager to not renew the lease. Finally, I requested immediate repayment on the outstanding balance, which she couldn't cover.
She begged.
Through emails. Through late-night voicemails. Please, she said, there must be some mistake. No mistake. Just a reminder. Within weeks, foreclosure notices were taped to the front door. Her credit score plummeted. Her influencer deals dried up. Sponsorships vanished as her pristine online image crumbled. People online noticed. What happened to your kitchen? They asked in comments she tried to delete. But you can't delete a debt. Or dignity lost. One day, my son showed up at my gate. His eyes looked different, hollow, uncertain. Why? He whispered. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. He knew. He looked down at the dog I once rescued from a parking lot, now sitting loyally at my feet, and nodded. He never said sorry. But he stayed a while. We drank tea under the garden lights. No phones. No photos. Just silence and the smell of jasmine. I didn't do it for revenge. I did it to reclaim what was mine. My place. My voice. My worth. So, the next time someone laughs at your dreams, your age, your simplicity, remember this. The quietest one in the room might just own the room. And sometimes, being underestimated is the sharpest tool in the box.